Good morning, all of you. Today I am going to introduce chapter number 2 from class 10 English First Flight. This is an interesting lesson which is an autobiography dedicated to the life and contribution of Nelson Mandela. The name of the chapter is Long Walk to Freedom. This is an autobiography by Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. In this lesson we will learn about black and white. Black skinned people versus white skinned people. There was a discrimination between black and white in South Africa. That was the main cause of struggle of Nelson Mandela. At first we all know that Nelson Mandela belonged to black skinned people. We can say he belonged to black skinned people of South Africa, and his family, his generation were suffering due to the policy of apartheid in South Africa. In this lesson, 10th May 1994 is an auspicious day in South Africa when Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa on 10th May 1994. And this is the story related to justice and equality. If you are a man of such country, you must fight for justice and equality. If your rights are taken away, just you have to fight for your equality. And this is a story is completely against the policy of apartheid, that is discrimination between black and white. The story is based on white supremacy, apartheid, discrimination and racial government. Before the birth of Nelson Mandela, it means before 1910, white supremacy, apartheid, discrimination, racial government were launched by the white skinned people in South Africa. That's why the black skinned people were deprived of equality, rights, justice and everything in South Africa that was his own country. It means in his own country, South Africa, he was discriminated, he was exploited, he was dragged and he was deprived of all fundamental rights in South Africa. Already we know that South Africa is famous for gold, ornaments, jewels, diamonds and everything. It means South Africa is very rich in mineral resources. But the people, mainly black, are deprived of everything in his own country. That's why this is the struggle between black skinned people versus white skinned people, which is not good for your country. That's why Nelson Mandela was born on 18th July 1918, and after this, when he came to know about the problems of discrimination, he started to fight against the racial government, that is white supremacy in South Africa. He completed his study LLB from South African University and joined in ANC, African National Congress. Now he became a leader and started to fight against the policy of apartheid, that was discrimination and apartheid and racial government in South Africa. He was arrested many a time and he was kept into the jail, prison many a time. It is known that he was the first international leader who spent about 27 years in the prison. 27 years in prison. That's why he was a very courageous, he was a very bold and very laborious leader of South Africa. He went against the white supremacy, apartheid, discrimination and racial government in South Africa. When he came out released, when he was released in 1991 from the Mandela jail in South Africa, he became a leader of the black skinned people in South Africa. In the election of 1994, he received or he won 252 out of 400 seats. Nelson Mandela's party African National Congress won 252 out of 400 seats in South African history. That's why Nelson Mandela was chosen the leader of the black skinned people, that is of African National Congress, and he became the president of South Africa on 10th May 1994, and he became the first black president of South Africa. According to Nelson Mandela, everyone should fight for equality, and his teachings are men's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. According to him, every man has twin obligations and everyone should fulfill those obligations. The brave man is not who is not afraid of, but who conquered the fear. The policy of apartheid left a lasting impression or wound in the people of South Africa. These are the important teachings of Nelson Mandela. And at last, for equality, justice, and maintaining peace, he played national anthem Die Stem for the black skinned people, and from the podium white skinned people he played anthem Nakosi Sikilel Ai Africa for showing his love and affection and equality, sincerity and obligations for South Africa. This was a very rare leader of the world of mainly South Africa who fought very boldly against black and white and passed away on 5th December 2003 at the age of 95 years. We should not forget the life and contribution of Nelson Mandela, and we should learn a lot of things and inspiration from the life and contribution of Nelson Mandela for being a leader, for being a good citizen of the country. And this is an autobiography by Nelson Mandela. Thank you. Best of luck. Best wishes. Over now.